Be trading again with Pocketoption, and over here I have a very powerful strategy to show you guys for trading OTC market. All right, so over here I'm using 3 indicators. I'm using 2 moving average and the 1 stochastic oscillator, and there's a setting right here. So on my first moving average, I use it as period of 20. The moving average is WMA. On the start part here, I use the green color, and of course I take my line to be on 2 pixel. So that's pretty much all you have to do. So when you're done, you hit save. So the second indicator I'm using is moving average with a period of 51. The moving average is WMA. Don't forget that on the start part here, I use a white color, and of course I take my line to be on 2 pixel. And when you're done, you hit save. On the last indicator, I use a stochastic oscillator. I actually use it as a default setting, but the moving average here, I make sure I actually change this to WMA. That's the only thing you need to change. On the start part here, make sure I take all the lines to be on 2 pixel, and when you're done, you hit save. So that's pretty much all the setup of this strategy. So this is actually a 1-minute trade time strategy, and of course on the candlestick here, make sure I use it as 15-second candle time frame. I also use it on Heineke Ashi candlestick. So that is pretty much the setting, guys. So how the strategy works? The strategy works based on trend, and I'm going to explain this in details when I enter a trade. Don't forget we are doing it on currency OTC. All right, so I'm going to put up my currency pair up right now, then analyze the market. So when I get a good time, I'm going to come down and enter a trade. Of course, I'm going to explain in details how the strategy works. All right. All right, guys. Over here, I'm going to enter a down trade on this one. So guys, how this strategy works, like I said earlier on, it's a very powerful strategy, and it's a very simple one. On this video, I want you guys to actually make sure that you watch the video all through the end, and make sure that you watch all the trade I take so that you can understand the condition, the reason why I actually enter any of each trade. All right, because I might have a different explanation based on the condition of the trade. So how this strategy works in general is very simple. The number one thing, like I said earlier on, we are actually working with a trend, a very powerful trend. So for example, if you are going for a down trade, number one thing you always need to put in mind is to have your stochastic in a very strong downtrend. As you can see right here, you can see that our stochastic is actually coming down right from this position, and I have it in a very strong downtrend. So when that happens, make sure that you are also having your trend in a very strong position with your moving average. You can see right here, you can see the money on that. You can see right here, this is where our moving average actually intersect each other, and ever since then the trend has been coming down very powerful, as you can see that. So this is what I see for me to enter the trade based on the settings of my indicators. This is a very perfect condition for you to enter the trade. I hope you understand. The number one thing is to always make sure that the candlestick that you are placing your trade on is a very stable candlestick, just like what happened here. You can see that the trend is very stable, and not only that, confirm that with your moving average. The both moving average needs to cross each other, giving you a very powerful downtrend. And when that happens, we are only aiming to place our trade on a very strong candlestick as well. Is very important, and make sure that your stochastic oscillator actually give you a very strong downtrend confirmation before you enter a trade. I hope that is clear. So a very good one there, guys. I'll be analyzing again. So when I found another good moment with a good condition, I'm going to enter a trade, and of course I'm going to explain in details the reason why I entered the trade. All right. Alright guys, over here I'm going to jump in this trade for an up trade. As you can see right here, there is a very powerful what's it called uptrend in this position. Our moving average actually intersects right from this position, giving us a very powerful confirmation of an uptrend. The same thing applicable with our stochastic oscillator, but when you actually check this trend with our stochastic, you can see that the trade has been coming up, going down, just like what's it called, a wave kind of a trade. But I'm still very much confident, because the reason why I placed this trade is the fact that the last 2 candlesticks here was giving me a very strong confirmation. So that's the reason why I placed in the trade. So guys, let's wait and see if this is going to be a good one. Alright, so we have like 19 seconds left to close this trade. So you can see that the trend actually pulled back to its position. The most important thing that you always need to look at here is to make sure that you're having a steady confirmation of a candlestick. Make sure that your candlestick is actually giving you steady confirmation in the trade on that. But this kind of a trade, I won't advise you to actually take it. And the reason why is the fact that the stochastic accelerator is not really stable. It's giving us a zigzag kind of a trend, so it's not a good thing for you to do. But the reason why I entered the trade is the last 3 candlestick right here. You can see that they've actually confirmed a very strong uptrend, so that's the reason why I had to jump in. But always make sure that you're having a very strong confirmation with your stochastic as well before you enter a trade. All right, don't forget that. But I'll keep analyzing. I'll make sure in my next trade I give you a very clear picture of what I'm talking about, especially for an uptrend trade. All right, so I'm analyzing now, guys. Okay, guys, over here I'm finding a strong downtrend. I'm going to enter this trade real quick. As you can see right here, we have a very powerful confirmation of a downtrend, and if you actually check our stochastic accelerator, you see that there's a very strong confirmation of downtrend as well. So that's the reason why I actually placed this trade though, because I'm so certain that the trend will still be pushing down in a moment. All right, so the reason why you always need to follow the trend is the fact that the settings I actually made on my indicator was the one giving me it's only indicate when I have a very powerful trend, so that's only when I'm going to enter the trade. I hope you understand. So let's make sure that you're having a very strong downtrend with your stochastic accelerator indicator. And at the same time, make sure that there's a very strong, powerful downtrend, giving you a downtrend confirmation before you enter your trade with your moving average. It's very important, guys. Let's wait and see if this is going to be a good one. All right. Okay, we end the money in that. That's actually a good one there. You can see that the trend keep falling down. That's a good one. Keep analyzing. All right. All right, guys, over here I'm going to enter a trade. This is actually a very strong trend. As you can see right here, we have a very powerful trend, uptrend with our moving average. The both line actually intersect each other right here, and ever since we've been having the trend. And if you actually check too with our stochastic oscillator, the both line actually intersect on a very strong oversold position right here, and ever since we've been having a very strong uptrend. So that's the reason why I entered the trade. So guys, another thing for you to put in mind is to always make sure that the trend is very stable. Like I just said, make sure that the candlestick on this trend are very stable, not a unstable candlestick. And the last thing is for you to make sure that the candlestick you're placing the trade on is actually a very strong one that is confirming the uptrend. I hope you understand. Make sure that the moving average confirming an uptrend. All right, and make sure that your stochastic oscillator too is actually giving you a strong confirmation of an uptrend before you enter a trade. A good one there, guys, with the money. Keep analyzing, guys. All right, guys, I'm actually checking this out. As you can see right here, the trend is just about to move. You can see that the intersection of our moving average has not really confirmed for downtrend, but when you check our stochastic oscillator, you see that our stochastic oscillator is already giving out a very strong downtrend. So what I normally do on this kind of a trade, I give it a time for the intersection to happen. That's the number one thing, and also for me to actually place the trade on a very strong candlestick. All right, you can see right now that intersection of the moving average has happened. You see that right there. But the reason why I'm not taking this trade is the fact that this candlestick here is already getting to reverse. It's reversing already, and it's already formed a doji candlestick. So it's not advisable for me to enter the trade. I'm only taking the trade when I see that the candlestick confirm a very strong downtrend, and the same candlestick is actually giving me a strong one. And what is happening right now, you see that this is actually a perfect moment for me to enter a trade, and I'm going to enter the trade on the next candlestick. All right, so guys, this is how I actually take a trade. Always make sure that you're placing the trade on a very strong candlestick confirming the trend, either uptrend or downtrend. Always make sure that the candlestick you're placing your trade on is a very strong one. Okay, so make sure that the intersection of your moving average happen, giving you a downtrend confirmation. The same thing applicable with your stochastic. Make sure that the stochastic oscillator is actually giving you a strong downtrend. Make sure you have it in a very strong downtrend before you enter a trade. Another thing you need to put in mind is to always make sure that the trend you are actually placing a trade on is a very strong trend. All right, make sure that the candlestick on those trends are very stable. All right, so it's very important for you to actually put those in mind. So guys, let's wait and see if there's going to be a good one. A good one there, guys, when the money in that. You can see from 120 to over $500. Let's keep analyzing, guys. Alright guys, over here I'm going to enter a trade. So guys, you can see right here, it is actually a very powerful trend. And then when you actually check our moving average, both line crosses each other here, and it has been giving us an uptrend confirmation. The same thing applicable with my stochastic accelerator. You can see that our stochastic has been giving us a very strong confirmation as well. So that's the reason why I placed the trade. Alright. Like I just said, always make sure that you are placing your trade on a strong candlestick. You can see this is where I place my trade, and the candlestick actually give me an uptrend confirmation. Alright, so you can only know that when you place your trade on a strong candlestick. It's very important, guys. Alright, so let's wait and see if this is going to be a good one. Okay guys, a good one here, guys. We're in the money on that. It's actually a good one. So I'm actually aiming to take the balance to $1,000. So let me see if that will be possible. Keep analyzing, guys. Okay guys, I'm finding this moment a good one. Let me actually try it. But the reason why it's not safe is the fact that the trend has come up here, but as you can see, it actually dropped back. But when you actually check this trend, you can see that the trend has been coming down right from this position. And when you see our moving average actually intersect right here, and the both line has been coming down, you see that the candlestick below it, it's a very stable candlestick. And over here, I found a very perfect candlestick right here. So that's the reason why I placed the trade. But the only issue here is the fact that the trend actually go up here a little bit. Just what happened here, you can say the trend actually go up a little bit and also drop. So like I said, when you're finding a position like this, do not risk it. All right, always make sure that you're having a very perfect moment before you enter a trade. Well, let's wait. I think we have less than 9 seconds, and now the trend has come back to its position. Okay, we should actually end up in the money with this. A good one there, guys. We're in the money in that. As you can see, we are over $1,000 right there, from $130 to $1,000. So this is actually a very powerful strategy. So guys, I hope you actually understand all the explanation. Please always make sure that when I uploaded a video, always make sure that you watch all through the trade I take on the video, because I have different explanation for different conditions. Should in case you find the same thing at your end, it's very important that you listen to everything I said, how I take the trade, the explanation and all. And if you don't understand, you can go ahead and rewatch the video. So if you are still finding it difficult, just drop your comment on the video, and of course I'm going to take my time to explain to you based on the question you asked me. All right, so guys, this is where I'm going to stop on today's video. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on my next video. Currently the channel is getting really low on notifications, so please make sure you always turn on the notification each time you actually subscribe. Or if you've subscribed already and you've not turned on the notification, just make sure you do that so that you'll be